And I want to go back to an idea that you brought up earlier that I hadn't thought about. What it might mean for sellers. Because again, I think in residential and commercial transactions have been few and far between. At least in residential, we set a cycle low at 3.79 million for existing sales. We were at 6.2 million to give you a scale. Commercial, same thing. I'm talking to commercial brokers. There's nothing to do, right? I'm getting phone calls almost every day for my commercial buildings. And it's interesting to think about the sellers. Let's think about sellers who bought in 2010, 11, 12, like I have. We've owned our assets for a decade. We have plenty of margin. You know, might this bring new not troubled inventory, not distressed inventory. Just hey, I'm an owner. I'm getting up in age. I'm thinking about selling. I think that's an interesting riddle. When do you think they come back?
Yeah, I mean, well, given the fact that a lot of them are there already, I mean, like the hotel stuff I'm looking at is that demographic. It's the people who are just
Okay.
like, I'm done
I'm
now. So
done. Doesn't matter. I'm
it
done.
doesn't
Yeah.
matter. And I've got look in the grand scheme of things, if my profit on this property is only 1.2 million, and I had been expecting 1.4 million,
Yeah.
and
Right.
but I'm ready to retire. I just want out. Like
Yeah. Okay.
they're not holding on for 2 more years of
Yeah.
like
They're
not
not
looking to
holding on for the last 100 grand. Yeah.
yeah, because they've made the decision already that
Yep.
they want.
They're mentally there. Okay.
And so those people are already out there. Now the people who are kind of like thinking about this, who are like, hey, I want to retire, in a few years, some of them might be starting to think, okay, well, look, the environment's getting a little better. But I still think there's a wait and see with those folks too.
Yeah. I think
You
it's
know,
yeah, I think you're right. I think there's another year. I think a lot of the because when you get into a market for this long, you talk to lots of other owners and most of them are actually older than I am. A lot of them I think are what you're just saying. They're like, I've had 3 or 4 phone calls in the last 48 hours and they're like, you know what? I thought I might have to hold it for another 5 years, but you know what? Maybe, you know, maybe I'll check in this summer. That's actually what one guy said is I'll see where rates are in the summer. I'm like, that makes sense to me.
yeah, I think people will want to see like, okay, people, they're forecasting a rate cut in March. Is it going to happen? Right. And
Yeah.
if it doesn't happen, then I think you'll
Then
see a
what?
lot of people,
Yeah.
like still holding on. Right. Maybe if a rate cut does happen, then I'm not going to say the floodgates are going to open, but I think you might start to see like some cracks,
Yeah.
where
Yeah.
stuff starts to